Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's 2024-25 NFC South Division predictions and sports odds. Today we're going to be reviewing what I think are going to be the top contenders and who's going to be number one in the division when it all is said and done. We're also going to provide guidance based on what the sports odd makers say. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Help us with the algorithm. Let's go. At number 4, and a repeater, Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers decided to move on from their head coach, and they wanted to go out there and explore the youth mindset. Somebody who can connect personally with the players and who can motivate them to be better. Well, they went out and they got nobody better than Dave Canales. Somebody who was in the Seahawks in Washington. He is a motivator. He connects personally with his players while he was in Washington, and he's going to do the same with the Carolina Panthers. This is something that Bryce Young really needs, especially now that he's in his second year. Look, ladies and gentlemen, the Carolina Panthers were a horrible team last year. Bryce Young was his first year, and all the cast members and all the players within the organization were horrible. That is the main reason why Bryce Young was actually a horrible quarterback in his first year. That's not his fault. We have a lot of upside for him. That is why the Carolina Panthers organization decided to get some key players to improve at each position that they needed. For example, some of the additions were the running back Jonathan Brooks, the edge Clayvon Chasen, the edge Jadeveon Clowney, safety Jordan Fuller, offensive guard Robert Hunt, wide receiver Deontay Johnson, linebacker Josie Jewell, wide receiver Xavier Legette, offensive guard Damon Lewis, and the edge rusher DJ Wonnum. Improvements are there. They're going to be much better than what they were last year, but unfortunately I don't think that they're going to be good enough based on the improvements that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had, that the Atlanta Falcons had, and that the New Orleans Saints had. My prediction again, they're going to stay in last place. Are they going to be the worst team in the NFL again? Time will tell, but they are a little better. They might win one more game or two than what they did last year. But yes, they'll probably be the worst team in the NFL again. Now let's go to the number 3 selection in the South, NFC South. Well, number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Saints. Head coach Dennis Allen is in the hot seat. And if you don't believe me, well, you've been living under a damn rock. Look, the key additions that they had were offensive lineman Talise Huaga, linebacker Willie Gay Jr., cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry. That is a great-ass name, Kool-Aid. Quarterback Spencer Rattler, wide receiver Cedric Wilson Jr., edge Chase Young. Look, we've been far, far apart from those days where we had Sean Payton head coaching the team and Drew Brees being the quarterback. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that this team is not the same team from the past. That is why they have been struggling for the past 2 years with Derek Carr in the helm. Not much improvement has really come to the New Orleans Saints. Sure, they have new key acquisitions. They lost Michael Thomas, James Winston, Andrew Pete, and Marcus May. But have they really improved? The answer is no. They're much better than the Carolina Panthers in every key position, except the quarterback, in my opinion. Quarterback position is going to be better for Carolina with the Bryce Young growth mindset and the new head coach. But Dennis Allen, I don't think he's going to be able to go up to the second or first spot in the division. The key improvements aren't there, and unless they go to a playoff run this year, they are not going to go far. At number 2, I want to make this clear, ladies and gentlemen. At number 2, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you might be asking yourself, wait, aren't you a Falcons fan? Is that why they're first? Well, that's part of it, but that's not the point. The reason the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 2 is because they didn't have that much improvement. Look, they were actually really good last year. They made it to the playoffs. They were the number 1 in the NFC South Division. They beat the Saints and they beat the Falcons within the last 2 weeks of the season to get the number 1 spot in the division. Who did they lose? Well, they lost cornerback Carlton Davis III. They lost linebacker Devin White. But they still improved while really not really improving overall. See, they obtained Garmin Barton, edge Chris Baraswell, the offensive guard Ben Brodson, edge Randy Gregory, safety Jordan Whitehead. Not key figures that we could say, oh, they just got much better in this position. They're gonna give the Falcons a run. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, well, the Falcons had Desmond Ridder, Saints had Derek Carr, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers capped Baker Mayfield. Is he an improvement? He's probably going to be improved when it comes to knowing the playbook. He's going to be improved at making better passes. But is he going to take the game to another level? Is he going to have better key players to throw to that he probably didn't have last year? The answer is no. He's going to be the same. He's going to be spectacular in key games or key plays, but he's not going to be an 11-6 player or team quarterback. No, I see them running in the same area that they did. Maybe they'll win 1 or 2 games more than what they did last year, and that's why I think they're going to be a number 2. They need a better quarterback. And Baker Mayfield is half and half. At number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 1, we have my Atlanta Falcons. Now, you might be thinking, hey, you're a homer for the Falcons. Is that why you're choosing them to be your number 1 team in the NFC South Division for the 2024-25 NFL season? And the answer is, not really, no. I mean, think about it. In June and July, you actually had the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at equals level. You didn't know who was going to go up and who was going to be number 1 in the division. So most of you assumed that it was going to be the Atlanta Falcons, but just by a little bit. Why? Because we have Kirk Cousins now. Kirk Cousins is a quarterback that we needed in this damn organization. Ever since losing Matt Ryan, we have not had a quarterback that could take us to the glory, that could take us and improve each player at the key position that they're at. Improve their numbers statistically. He's smart enough to be able to divide the game into sections where he doesn't have to be throwing the ball constantly at the same person or passing the ball constantly to the same running back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Cousins is one of the smartest quarterbacks in this league, especially in the regular season. And for us, the Falcons fans, that is what is important. To be able to be number 1 in the division, to be able to go to the playoffs, and to be able to sustain consistency throughout. Something we did not see with Desmond Ridder. By the way, he got cut. Ladies and gentlemen. Desmond Ridder is no more in the NFL. Wonder what team is going to pick him up. But let's not regress. What happened? Well, we have Raheem Morris at the helm. He is here to replace Arthur Smith, and oh my God, his motivation to the team, the players, the organization, and ladies and gentlemen, most importantly to us, the fans, is amazing. The more he talks, the more I want to play for him, and I don't even play football. No. Ladies and gentlemen, Raheem Morris is a motivator. He's the guy you want to go to in the last minute or in the last 2 minutes of a game in the fourth quarter to motivate you. Hey, we're down by 3 points. You got this. Take us to the glory land. Take us to the end zone. Give us 7 points. 7 points. You know it's true. That's why I love it. What else did they do? Well, they got a wide receiver, Darnell Mooney, wide receiver, Rondell Moore. Obviously, one of them is injured, maybe for the majority of the season, but that's okay. We got Michael Penix Jr. in the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Penix Jr. is going to be the future. And if Kirk Cousins gets injured, at least we as Falcons fans know we won't have a backup ready or not ready to play. We'll have Michael Penix Jr. And we also have edge Braylon Trice. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Just with those names right there, you thought to yourself, 1, the Falcons have a quarterback. 2, the Falcons have a future. 3, they got better, but not much better. The most important position was the quarterback position that they needed to fix. Now with Kirk Cousins, maybe the Falcons could go, oh, I don't know, 8 or 9 games with a win, maybe take the division from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But no, ladies and gentlemen, the Falcons were able to improve their offense, but now they needed to improve their defense. And what did they do? They got Matthew Judon in a trade with the New England Patriots. Now their defensive is better. This is what they needed. Everybody thought that we needed somebody, an edge rusher, to be picked in the NFL draft this 2024, and everybody was disappointed that Michael Penix Jr. was selected with the first round when we could have had somebody great from Alabama or UCLA. But no, we got the quarterback. We got Michael Penix Jr., ladies and gentlemen. And now that we traded for Matthew Judon, everybody understands we made the right pick in the 2024 NFL draft in the first round. But we're not done yet. We have Jesse Bates as a safety. And on the other side, just recently, in August 2024, they made another defensive acquisition in obtaining Justin Simmons to accompany him as safety. Ladies and gentlemen, with Judon, with Simmons, now the Falcons are a level up from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now you could say to yourself, this team is not just a 9-game winning team. This game could go 10, 11, maybe 12 and win the division without a shadow of a doubt. That's why the Atlanta Falcons are number 1. But you might say to yourself, what about the Vegas odd makers? What do they say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Vegas odd makers say the following. FanDuel has the Falcons at number 1 at minus 145, the Buccaneers at 290, the Saints at plus 550, and the Panthers at 1,100. BetMGM, pretty much the same. Minus 140 for the number 1 pick, the Falcons, then the Buccaneers, then the Saints at plus 450, and at last, obviously, the Panthers at plus 1,200. Poor Panthers, they're last. Every other Vegas sports odd bookmaker has the same set of winners and projections, just like I do. The question is, do you think that the Atlanta Falcons will actually win the number 1 position, or do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the number 1 position? Maybe you're a Saints fan. You think the Saints are going to be the best team. If you're a Panthers fan, I'm sorry, you really don't have a vote here because they're not as great as you think they are. Will they be? Maybe in 2-3 years, but not now. So ladies and gentlemen, leave me a comment with what you think about the sports odds, my predictions, and my reasoning to why the Falcons will be number 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be number 2, the New Orleans Saints will be number 3, and the Caroline Panthers will be last. Last in the division, probably last in the NFL. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, beat the algorithm. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.